No, thank you very much. One of the issues that we do at the Ministry of Tourism is destination marketing. So we have two key functions. Number one is product development. Number two is destination marketing. So in destination marketing, like exactly what we're doing here, we're doing destination marketing where we want to showcase to the world. Because Malawi is usually touted as the world's best kept secret. And we are saying we no longer want to be a world's best kept secret. We want to now unveil the secret. So what do? So we attend expos like these ones. We have a lot of expos that we conduct in Malawi. We travel around the world as advertising what we have to offer as products, but also we are zeroing in now on the products, the actual products itself. But for us, it's not about, us having the lake, one of the greatest lakes with fresh water in the world and with over 1,000 species of fish and any other water body in the world. That's not about that for Malawi, but it's about the unique stories, what Malawi has to offer in terms of the experiences of Africa, the experiences of Malawi. We are called the warm heart of Africa. We need to articulate what that means. And it's about the beauty of our people, the culture, the essence of our existence. And that's what we sell to Malawi. And so that is why we spend taxpayers' money to come to expos like this to ensure that the world gets to know what it is to be the warm heart of Africa and now showcase it to them, interest them so that they come and experience it. Environmental conservation, because if you don't conserve the environment, then we don't have tourism as it is. So last year for UN Tourism Day, we had the theme of planet, prosperity and the people. What that means is that as you're prospering in the tourism sector, you need to ensure that you are taking care of the environment, but more importantly, the people. Without community involvement, you cannot have conservation because your first line of defense as far as conservation is concerned in Malawi or in Africa as it is, or in tourism, is the communities. What that means is that there must be something that people are able to benefit because they are connected to a tourism attraction place, for example. People that are surrounding the national parks, for example, what is it that they are benefiting because they are close to a national park? So if you empower them in terms of the socio-economic needs, they will be the first line of defense. They will protect it and they will ensure that whatever it is that is happening within the park is also spilling over to the communities. And that's exactly what we are doing. So in terms of conservation, we're working very closely with communities. The second thing that we are doing is that we are promoting resilient construction, where we are doing infrastructure that can stand the test of time. Malawi was one of the countries that was hit by climate change. When we had Cyclone Freddy 2 years ago, we lost over 1,000 people and over 500,000 people were displaced in our country. And I cannot even talk about the devastation to the infrastructure. We need close to $1 billion United States dollars for us to replace everything that was destroyed during that Cyclone Freddy. So we know what it means to have infrastructure that is not resilient. So we need to ensure that we are promoting climate change tourism, but also ensuring that our tourism is very sustainable for next generations. I think that's the essence of our tourism. But for me, that's a bonus. When people ask me about why should I come to Malawi, I tell them we are the warm heart of Africa. And we're not the warm heart of Africa because our country is beautiful. Our country is beautiful, by the way. But we're not the warm heart of Africa because our country is beautiful. We are the warm heart of Africa because our people are beautiful. The culture is beautiful. And that goes beyond the natural endowment that we have. And so for me, the natural beauty that we have, the wildlife, the lake that God has given us, the mountains, all this flora and fauna that we have as a country is a bonus to what we already have as a people. So for me, when I say come to Malawi, the warm heart of Africa, I want you to come to us and experience us, the warmth of our people. That's what we say. That's our selling point. So for me, the natural endowment is a bonus to our tourism. We actually have an actual strategy to promote domestic tourism, and I'll tell you why. When we were going through the COVID-19 pandemic, we should have completely closed down tourism in our country if it were not for domestic people or Malawians moving around visiting these places. And so they are an integral part of tourism development in our country. And so we have an actual strategy on how we can encourage them to be moving around. Why do we do so? We are about 20 million strong, and we are saying it is an anomaly that we must correct. If we have a Malawian that will be born and die without ever seeing the lake, without ever seeing the mountain, without ever seeing this beauty, why would I be selling you something that Malawians cannot consume? So we're talking about ensuring that we have products that every Malawian, every person that has, without looking at their socioeconomic status, can afford. So someone that is on the lower class should be able to afford something in the tourism sector. That's what we're looking. So we're working very closely with our tourism operators on the issue of pricing and product development to suit every pocket, because we do realize that if Malawians cannot consume tourism products, then we shouldn't be selling. we don't have the moral authority to be selling Malawi as a destination to the entire world. We have a tourism investment master plan. It is a 20-year investment master plan. So it identified 103 projects across the country. So from the north to the southern part of Malawi, 103 projects. However, we have isolated about 10 projects out of that 103 that are spread across the regions. And even if we were to implement 4 or 5 in the next 5 years, we are going to change the landscape of how tourism development in our country. And the larger part of that is that the people themselves, the Malawians themselves, are the ones that are going to benefit in terms of jobs, in terms of wealth creation and participation. Because come on, if you come into my country, at the moment, tourism in my country is contributing towards 6.5% towards the GDP. But we're arguing to say we may be contributing even more. You know why? Because the people that are collecting the data are not able to curate the information that is coming throughout the value chain. Because when you come into my country, over 100 people are going to be affected because you have come into my country. You're buying a ticket. When you land at the airport, you're getting a taxi. You're going into a hotel. You're going to eat food. You're going to buy airtime. You're going to buy presents for your family and all of that. So over 100 people are going to be affected because you, one person, came into my country. So the data collectors are not able to collect all that information throughout the value chain. And that, for me, is a problem. Because they're giving us 6.5%. It's okay, but we could do more. Maybe we could be at 12%. And my agenda is that we should get to 15%. Why not? We can get there. But we need to ensure that tourism is the people are at the center or tourism development. So for me, in the next 5 to 10 years, we should be able to implement the investment master plan. We should be able to at least take out 5 projects from that agenda.